The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
Come on in. Come on. Come on in. Hit the like button. Come on, Raphael. Shabbat shalom for those on the other side of the water.
Our kingdom come without observation.
Hit that like button.
To take back everything that was stolen. They treated God's chosen like we were nothing.
Sing it, Ralph.
We will rise from the grave, we're born to go. Are you ready for the throne? Yeah. Kingdom built without hands, streets are paved with gold.
Paved with gold.
My Zion will live in harmony. Yeah. No more killing our Zion. Zion will be free.
You wanna be free?
Freedom.
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 Hit that like button.
Freedom. Freedom.
Come on in. Come on in.
By the rivers of Babylon we were taken. No food, no shelter, no peace in sight.
Oh, they threw us away for
They
days.
worked us day and night with no compensation. What led to the riches of today's generation? And they say we're worthless as they take from the hopeless.
Go ahead, Ralph.
Are you ready for the throne? Yeah.
We ready for the throne, folks.
Kingdom built without hands, streets are paved with gold.
Come on.
My Zion will live in harmony.
Yeah.
No more killing our Zion. Zion will be free.
Tell 'em, Ralph.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom. Freedom. Freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Come on.
Oh, freedom. May there's a low.
Right. Zion. Blessings. Blessings, brothers and sisters. I'm Elder Ricard Shaw of the Gathering of Christ Church, here with our weekly Patreon update. First and foremost, I would like to say all praises be to the Most High Ahia in the name of Yeshua. Boy, did this year come in with a boom, right? And I'm talking about the new year, February 28th, war. A little after that, Passover. Here it is. We are in the midst of what the Bible, that's right, folks, the Bible states that based on prophecy, that we're living in the last days. But here's a question, and we're going to answer this on the other side through Patreon. Are the Israelites over the Deuteronomy 28 curse? Have we overcome that curse? Now, think before you answer. Okay, Deuteronomy 28. We're going to be going over that on the other side. Think before you answer. Keep in mind, folks, what if you knew that the whole world's economy was built on the 12 tribes staying under those particular curses? That Satan and his agents shaped the whole world stock market and economy, where the world would benefit economically through stocks and others if our people stay in a stage of confusion and or slavery. Also, they would keep the optics or they would keep the metrics to know when the elites are actually losing control of the slaves. That once God's people began the awakening, coming back to the truth, they can see the metrics according to stocks and all that, and realize they're losing consumership based on how many Israelites are waking up throughout the four corners of the earth. Folks, they've built the whole economy off of what? Deuteronomy 28. The whole economy. And all praises be to the Most High, which prophesied that one day the children of Israel would have an awakening. An awakening we're living under currently. So what does that mean for the satanic elite? Well, since the curse have been broken, let's see. If the curse has been broken, they must go to what? They must go to Operation 66. They'll implode the whole thing. They'll destroy the whole world and all of the countries that were associated with the Confederacy. If they cannot keep the slaves controlled, that's right. They have no choice but to pull the plug on the whole thing. And that's what we're looking into. That's what we're going through right now. So I'm going to talk about it on the other side because I don't want to take up too much time, knowing that what? We must get in preparation for the academy, as well as I want Elder Ramar to do his thing tonight with his broadcast coming out of Babylon. So I'm not going to take up too much time, but I wanted to talk about that today on Patreon. We'll open it up for 1 hour with questions, answers going into the academy this coming Sunday. We're going to talk about everything I'm discussing right now on Patreon in depth. But since we're on to the academy, before I begin to show you a few things of what we'll be going into, right? Since we're talking about the academy, all right, where's my phone? Since we are talking about the academy, let me go here. Right. All right. I need to first, again, for those who missed it Wednesday, to announce the winners of our Hebrew and Bible Academy scholarly package going into this coming Sunday. 5 blessed brothers and sisters We did a quick drawing to see out of the first 100 who would win the scholarly package. Now, what is the scholarly package? Oh, let me pick this up here. I need this page here. I'm going to keep that for what I'm going to show y'all in a moment. Scholarly package. What do we have here? The original complete works of the Josephus. Right? A Nelson. Hold up, let me get it here. A Thomas Nelson center column reference Bible. Let me show you. Center column reference Bible with the Apocrypha. Leather bound. Exclusive KJV comfort print. Man, I'm going to tell you, it's like lambskin when you feel the leather on this. Words of Christ in red. 73,000 cross-reference passages. Right? And the original hardback Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary. Now listen to this. Zondervan, since the children of Israel began the awakening, actually revised this book. So if you get the newer books, it doesn't say Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. Well, the revised version, they took out not the Negroes because they know we know now. Right? So they did a revised version. That's right, because the original Zondervan made a distinction between Hamites and the Negroes who were sold here in America. Right? We're going to give you the original book. 1, 2, 3. All three. Oh, let me get it right. Let me get it right here. Everything. Let me get it right so y'all can see it. All three, okay, together is our scholarly package. And we're going to put a ribbon around it. Elder Lawyer and I will sign it for the brothers and sisters who actually won the scholar package. Okay? Now, that's right. It costs us a pretty penny, but hey, use it wisely. Right? So let me give the 5 people real quick who have won this package. Christopher Manigan from GOCC Atlanta. Orlando Mosley from GOCC Austin. Val Brune from GOCC Minnesota. And Leslie Brown, GOCC Antioch. Okay? And the Bible is off the chain. Center column reference. It links all the scriptures in the Apocrypha. It precepts with the rest of the Bible. Awesome book. Also, Sonia Anderson from the Last Academy, we didn't forget you. You will also receive the Elders Scholarly Package signed by Elder Lawyer and I. Welcome to the Hebrew and Bible Academy. All right? That's number 1. Number 2. Matter of fact, let's go through it. We're now in open enrollment, and you brothers and sisters, Let me tell you, y'all are filing in. I thank the Most High, y'all coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's nothing like the Hebrew and Bible Academy on earth, and we have the administration working around the clock to make sure no one is left out by the time of what? 9 a.m. Eastern this coming Sunday. So you haven't enrolled, get your enrollment in, because if they're processing late enrollments, you may get in a little late, probably in time for the news. But if you want to make sure you get in, historytimes.org to enroll. Yes, yes, yes. Get your Sunday morning. That's right. Let me show you. Let me move it here. There it is. Let me minimize it so you all can see it. There it is. Hebrew and Bible Academy. Get your Sunday morning. Get your Sunday morning enrollment or class. The Hebrew and Bible Academy starts on March 29th, 9 a.m., New York time. Okay? You go to historytimes.org to enroll. Let's go down here and show you what we'll be going into. The fall and rise of the Israelites. The lost books of the Bible. We're going to include some insight on the Damascus records. Okay, the Damascus documents from the Dead Sea Scrolls. We're going to go over a few of those in the academy also. A historical breakdown, an historical background of the Gospels. The secrets of the times. Okay, how to keep time according to the Almighty, not according specifically to earth. We're going to go into that. From Noah, Moses, to Christ, a brand new lesson showing the similarities of the righteous from Noah all the way to the Son of the Most High. And guess what? I'm throwing in an additional lesson that we're going to prepare separately. The faith of the righteous. How to apply faith within every instance of our lives. How to exercise faith over fear. Okay? Go to historytimes.org, enroll. It's the best day that I've ever experienced when it comes to learning the Bible. Hebrew, news, as well as serious lessons. Go to historytimes.org to enroll. The administration is waiting for you. Now, brothers and sisters, have we broken, or, a matter of fact, let me make sure I'm saying this correctly here. 1 second. I want to make sure I'm saying this properly here. Yeah. Have Israelites overcome the Deuteronomy 28th curse? Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Have the Israelites overcome that particular curse? We're going to go into it on the other side. Check this out. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, 2 days ago, reported by the BBC, the United Nations votes to recognize enslavement of Africans as greatest crime against humanity. Now, folks, understand how misleading, condescending, and it's an absolutely insult to our intelligence, this particular article is, or what they're coming together to do is. How disrespectful, condescending, and it's a straight insult to our intelligence. Number one, Africans weren't enslaved. Israelites were. So, folks, this is for them to keep the the lie going. That's what this is about. Now, what else is this about, folks? We're coming into midterms here in the United States, and America's politics dictates the politics for the world. Okay? America politics dictates the whole world's politics. And we're coming into midterms. The children of Israel have awakened. We're not dealing with the African grift anymore. So what are they doing? Now they have their politicians claiming that they need reparations for Africans. When Africans, when it was Africa who signed the treaties with Esau to sell rival tribes. So what they're doing is trying to claim that, okay, we're going for reparations. See? Convoluting to the pool. Make it where there's look how many Africans there are. Okay? So if you say for Africans, no money comes to anyone at all. It's Judah here in America that's talking about the reparations, and now they're trying to what? Undermine it. They're trying to undermine it. Right? The gravest crime against humanity. Folks, this was business for them. For Esau's side, as well as the African kings at that time. But for midterms coming up, they're going to try to claim we went to the UN for reparations, so we're trying to do something. Watch. This is what they're going to do. Now, check this out, right? UN votes to recognize enslavement of Africans as the gravest crime against humanity. They're going to make everyone think that what? That now the so-called African ambassadors who are part of the UN and the politicians in America are now trying to do something for the enslaved. It's a political grift. Don't go for it. This is to put us back, what? To sleep. To have us trust in a political system that has already fallen. Africans weren't enslaved. Israelites were enslaved according to Deuteronomy 28. Period. The continent of Africa, or the politicians of Africa, do not represent any of us. period. Y'all see this? So don't go for this. This is all politics. Talking about to recognize enslavement. What do we need to recognize enslavement for? It happened. We don't need anyone to study or recognize enslavement and the crimes of it. Hey, if we want to recognize enslavement, we need to go directly to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Let's go there. Deuteronomy 28th chapter is how we recognize the crimes of slavery, which were and are the curses. Okay? Now, we're not talking about the African people in particular that's behind what their kings, what our kings in Africa did in an agreement with Esau to sell us to the Americans. This have nothing to do with the citizens of Africa, because their political leaders are selling them out till this day. Right now, all the aid and finances that are going to these politicians, none of it is building infrastructure or to help the people not depend on the Western world, including American aid. So we're not talking about the citizens of Africa. We're talking about the kings and princes and politicians who cut a deal with Esau to sell their own people out, and they're selling their own people out till this day, even on the continent. And how do we know? Listen clear, folks. How do we know this is bogus? Any money that comes from this particular initiative will go directly to white liberal NGOs that are set up in America, where they distribute the finances for anything socially within our communities. So if there was some money going for slavery, you think our people will get it when all of the distributors of the money and budgets are white liberals? So who do you think going to be distributing the reparations under these circumstances? The same white Democrat liberals. So they'll just use this as a grift. It'll be funneled through who? White liberals, white LGBTQ, and our people will still suffer. So do not go for the grift. This is a what? Another grift. Right? When it came to giving aid to Israel today, the state of the Edomite Israel, there was no vote. The money just went to the state of Israel. So this is them dangling the carrot again, making our people believe that the powers that shouldn't be cares for us. Okay? Now, let's read a little bit of this. The United Nations General Assembly has voted to recognize the enslavement of Africans during the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity. A move advocates hope will pave the way for healing and justice. Now, it should say, a move advocates hope will pave the way for what? Financial healing and financial justice. Because the world economies throughout the earth was built off of the slave labor, which the Gentiles benefited from. That's written in Deuteronomy 28. They built a whole economy on slave labor, the whole world's economy. So the only way to apologize is to financially compensate. Okay? You give our people, the children of slaves in America. Don't try to break it down to Africa and no, don't do it that way. Don't try to parse it all out like that, because what? That's a pie in the sky. Give it to Judah in America. And I'm going to tell you why. But you know they won't. But I'm going to tell you why they won't. Because Judah in America will set a precedent for how every other, be it Haiti with the French, the Caribbean with England, it'll set the precedent for them to do the same against the countries who have enslaved our people in those areas. See? This is why they want to just make it an all-you-can-get buffet for everybody, because they know that's not possible. See? But if it's just Judah will set the precedent for the other tribes, and they'll know exactly how to go about it. See? Now, think about this. The Most High had Judah in America spearhead the majority of things in the earth that changed for all of the 12 tribes. See? When the slaves were freed, they had to what? Enact the 14th Amendment, which would have birthright citizenship, because we weren't considered citizens but property. Now, when all of our brothers come over and others come over and they're born on our soil, automatically they benefit from what? From what Judah had to go through to give them the benefits that they didn't have other places. See? Understand that. So it's not leaving anyone else out. It's doing it to set a precedent. So I'm putting it out there right now. And do you think they're going to do it? Hates to the no would they do this. Okay? Understand, Tulsa, Oklahoma was our people, where we just did the Passover. We were minding our business, building our own economy, not asking anyone for anything, and that was a threat to them. They dropped a bomb on it. Can you imagine what we would become if they repaired us financially? Financial restitutions, what we would become above all people? So it's a pie in the sky, but I'm still using this for a teaching moment. This, brothers and sisters, is all politics. So that the white liberals can send what? Their black political lackeys out during midterms and say, look what we have done to move the reparations forward. Don't go for it. Now let me go back. There was no Africans sold in slavery. On the bill of sale, it didn't say Africans, it said Negroes. Who were the people who ran into Negro land? The lost tribes of Israel, mainly Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. See? Y'all see this? Now, let's go to Deuteronomy 28 real quick, and let's see if we can deal with this question real quick. Let's see if we can deal with this question. How Israelites overcome the Deuteronomy 28 curse. And folks, when I read Deuteronomy 28, I recognize something. That when it comes to feminism or any other social engineered program that has been aimed towards our people, folks, it was to keep what? The curses of Deuteronomy 28 in place. I'm going to tell you. Now, how do you know this? Well, and I'm not going to stay here, but just let's use feminism as an example. When our people go into something, we go all the way into it. Okay, all the way into it. Even if it doesn't long-term benefit us. For example, you have white women who championed feminism. Right? But they never thought to go into something so far that they would say, I don't want my white man. I don't need my white man. See? So they'll set it up, make it look all pretty and all that, and as an advantage, saying all the benefits of it. And then they'll give it to our people and then run and say, yeah, try feminism, knowing our people is going to go further into it compared to the people who introduced it to us. Because we're passionate. Anything we believe in and believe in wholeheartedly, we go all the way into it blindly. And Esau sees this. So we get a white woman, yeah, feminism. Yeah, we need to be able to be equal. We don't need a man. They'll say all that crap when the camera's on. And have our women, crash out without a man. But when the camera's off, they're right with their men. They're right with the white man. An example, Kamala. Kamala, she came, ran for president, whatever the case might be. And guess what? Those white women was like, nah. There's no way we're going to let a so-called person of color be a president of the United States before a white woman. And they all voted for the man, the same so-called feminist. Now think about that. If black women were the majority, brothers and sisters, the majority in the country and not just a percentage, and had the power of the vote, who do you think would have become president if there was more black women than white women in the United States? So I'm going to tell you, these Edomite women be faking. They just putting it out there, believing that our sisters will blindly follow it, and then they'll move and allow our sisters to crash out with it. This is how they keep the curses in place. But here's the question. Have Israelites overcome the Deuteronomy 28 curse? Right? Deuteronomy 28 is speaking of the Israelites, the curse on a physical people. It have nothing to do with what religion you follow. Okay, let's go over a few of these curses. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all the commandments and the statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Right? So what's the curse? You are actually, or we're operating in the cities and in the fields, whether down, south, north, no matter where we are in the earth, but everyone else is benefiting but us. There's action, there's activity. Okay? There's purchasing. The whole world is moving. Somebody's making something out of this, but yet at the end of the day, our people receives less than everyone else. So let's look at it. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Have we overcome this curse? Basket and store is how much you can save after spending. How much you can actually put in future in future benefits of banks or whatever the case is for future use. Now, think about this. Cursed shall be thy basket and store. How do Esau put things in place to keep us here? Consumerism. Consumerism. So, you get paid a nice amount, but with the consumerism, there's nothing you can save for the future. So how do one overcome that curse? How do we overcome that curse? Okay, we must budget according to what we actually receive. So if I know this curse is on us, and I know that Esau is going to use the merchants to set up an economy to keep me under the curse, then I have to understand that what? It's not going to be as easy for me as it is for the Gentile and other nations. So I have to budget accordingly, knowing that we are the people under the curse. Right? I'm an Israelite. The Christ has given me insight, understanding of who we are as a people. And because of that, with Christ's knowledge and understanding, we can what? Overcome the curses. There's no one forcing us under these curses anymore, folks. It's an economy set up where we can make a choice. We can make a choice under certain circumstances. Now that the truth has been revealed during the awakening. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of their kind, and the flocks of the field. The fruit of the body are the children. They're going to be cursed. Why? Because the Israelites in the past taught their children how to what? How to deal with economics, how to deal with living self-sufficient outside of other people. They socialized us so that we would become dependent. See? They socialized us so we become dependent instead of us teaching the fruit of our body. Self-sufficiency. Socialize is, well, I just go to a building somewhere and they'll give me some temporal food, some temporal money, some temporal this and temporal that, right? And that will stagnate ambition. Esau is willing to give us that, folks. He's willing to give us that to satisfy us staying at the bottom. See? Let's go down to another curse. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. When it says you shall betroth a wife and another man shall lie with her. It's what they're promoting now within society. All right? Let's look at this. Let's look at the 64th verse. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, that happened. We went to Africa. We came over here in 721 BC, the 10 tribes who came over here and eventually suffered the same curses under colonizations. From the end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers know, even wood and stone. Well, the wood represents the cross, the fake Christianity, the pagan Christianity, and the stone represents the stone in Mecca. That's right, Islam. So when we come out of these two religions, automatically we've overcome this particular curse. All the way down to the slave ships. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, that's slavery again, with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall save or redeem you. That's what this buy is. Can we overcome this curse of slave ships, folks? Y'all go look back after this and go look on this channel and watch the Passover. Look at those children. Are we still under the curse? Have we accepted the freedom the Most High have given us now that we understand that we are in fact the true children of Israel? And because they cannot stop the awakening of the Most High, brothers and sisters, here they go, trying to bring us right back. Trying to bring us right back to here. We need to tell them, listen, Christ has freed us. So you're not going to play on our heartstrings as if you care. Leave us alone and allow us to serve our God. Because guess what? The Bible says that no man shall free us or do what? Buy us or redeem. So what they're trying to do is pacify us when Christ have already purchased our slavery with his blood. He have already purchased and redeemed and freed us. And now they can't put a lid on it. So because they can't put a lid on it, I see it. I see it. Because they can't put a lid on it. They have no choice. They have no choice but to implode everything. What we see in the freeing of our people through the truth, folks, is a direct result of this. It's a direct result, folks. Whoa.
In Dimona, did Iran strike the very brains behind Israel's secretive nuclear program? Commentators are asking whether Tehran used pinpoint intelligence to knock on a hidden Dimona bunker. Open source intelligence analysis has revealed the exact coordinates of the Dimona impact site. Tehran has framed the entire operation as direct pay.
The war we see right now that's not being publicized to the level of carnage that's going on right now, folks. What we're seeing here is a direct result of Christ freeing us with the truth. They must consolidate all nations of the Confederacy, bring them together to come against God's people at the very end before they lose everything, is where we are. Now, because of this, comes austerity. Because of this comes austerity. What's austerity? What's austerity? They must take away all the jobs. They must take away our right to, of financial upward mobility and bring the people to their knees, begging for a solution. Folks, many will not make it through the last stage, leading to and through the mark of the beast. It's going to be dog eat dog. It's going to be blaming other people. It's going to be all types of things going on. And this is what the so-called Satanists who control the world is engineering through this war. The war, according to 2 Ezra 15, starts over there and brings us and come right over here. And this is when America's power will be broken once and for all. Folks, what are we watching? This is what freedom looks like. And he who endures to the end and is covered through Christ's sacrifice will make it through. When we read betrayal in Matthew 24, people giving up their own family, folks, what are they missing? What are you missing in that? You're missing, what most people are missing, is the financial restraints that's going to cause people to turn on one another. This is what freedom looks like. But what we need to do, stay under the covenant, stay under Christ's blood. We must love, we must forgive. We must follow the law. And above all, we must bring the kingdom of heaven on earth. We have some plans this year. We told people to cycle out the food that they've been storing and make sure they have extra food. But we're going to have another initiative. I have a meeting with the leaders of the church this coming Tuesday. And what are we going to do? We're going to have our brand new white shirts, Gathering Christ Church, fringes, and all the food we circled out that may expire because we don't want to waste food. We're going to cook all that food up throughout the four corners of the earth. While going out teaching, we'll be feeding the people who's in a crunch due to austerity. Okay? If we can't save it, we're going to cook it up while we're teaching, and we're going to feed the people who's hungry. That's right, folks. And through that, the Most High will continue to bless. Charity is key. We're going to do this throughout the four corners of the earth. There's food we have to save, but some of those dates are running out because we've been storing food for a long time throughout this church. And we've been doing this for well over a decade everywhere in the earth. We're going to cycle that food out. We're going to cook it up. And we're going out to the streets to tell people to prepare themselves for the mark of the beast system. Get under Christ's hedge before it's over. Why? Because this is what freedom looks like. We must free ourselves through Christ's blood from the curses of Deuteronomy. With that, we'll see you on the other side. That's right. 1 hour. Well, I can only do 40 minutes because I don't want to take up too much of Ramar's time. So what I'll do, I'll open it up for Q&As as well as what? Zoom for the loyal Patreonies. And we're going to have mass baptisms this year, probably 2. one in the DMV area, and another down south. Come on in together while there's time. Patreon.com/agathering144, historytimes.org. We're going to be dropping it in this academy. News unparalleled, and I hope to see you there. Freedom.
It's a society, but we never gave up. Kept pressure toward our royalty to the shadow of death. You tried to kill us all, but we made it survive. Royal seas to endure just to see a demise. No more mercy, no more time, cause it's all right now. The halls of Babylon will soon see drunk. By the rivers of Babylon we were taken. No food, no shelter, no peace inside. They worked us day and night with no compensation. What led to the riches of today's generation? Are you ready for the throne? Yeah.
Are you ready for the throne?
Kingdom built without hands. Streets are paved for gold. My Zion will live in harmony. Yeah. No more killing our Zion. Zion will be free. Will be freedom.
Go ahead, Rob.
Freedom. Yeah. Freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom. Oh, freedom. 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 Yeah.